Good afternoon, Enid, and welcome to another wonderful city update. My name is Larissa Sloan, and with me today is Scott Morris.
I'm glad to be here. It's another beautiful day.
What'd you do over the weekend?
It was a fantastic weekend. We got to spend some time outside and got some things taken care of. Went on a bicycle ride and I ran in the Santa Stroll at Meadow Lake, and then went to the Junior Welfare League Gala. So I was a busy guy over the weekend.
The only thing we did successful was we went on a bike ride. It's the only successful thing that we really did. And we got the tree decorated.
Sunday was an absolutely gorgeous day, and you know, the weather here in Oklahoma has been a little inconsistent, but I think it finally knows that it's almost winter.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
December 21st, I believe, is the first day of the winter solstice, shortest day of the year, so winter is almost here. Almost,
but it feels like it's here now. I do not enjoy that. This kind of weather makes me eat a lot of soup.
Soup is good.
Soup is so good. So we have a lot of quality of life things that are going on, so I'm just going to go ahead and tell you all about it. The library, actually, let's go back. The library has a lot of programs going on, and one of them is a health and wellness. And they offer two different kinds of yoga type classes. The first one is like easy yoga, and that's on Monday at 5:15. And then they have Tai Chi for older, which is a little bit easier, slower.
That sounds like the one I might need, is the Tai Chi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then that one's on Thursdays at 10 a.m. at the library. And then they also have on Saturday, December 11th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., they have their Book, Bake, and Craft Expo. And what that exactly is they're going to have like tons of authors from Oklahoma and maybe some local. And then they're going to have bakers, I believe is the right word for that. And with all their baked goods, hopefully cinnamon rolls, because those are really good right now. And then you can find like holiday shopping there too. Really focusing on books because it's the library. And then they also have what I think this is really neat. They have a resume writing class. And so a lot of people get really confused on what's the right resume. And this is a really great way to be able to present ideas or what the best technique is.
Such a good idea. You know, I have an opportunity to look at a lot of resumes when people apply for jobs within the city, and sometimes we have so many applicants that are qualified that you need something on your resume that kind of grabs the attention of the person that's looking at it. So hopefully they will address that in this course, in this writing course, is to help people figure out how to make their resume look a little more interesting to the people that are reviewing it.
Mm-hmm. They are going to be having that on the 2nd, 9th, and 16th at 4 p.m. at the library. And so if that's something that sounds like you would like to join in on that or any of the other events that they have going on, then feel free to go and check out their website. It's enid.okpls.org, and you can find all the other events that they're doing there as well.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things going on outside. And so one of the great things that's going on in our community is Holiday on Ice. So our Main Street Enid has been so busy getting this ice skating rink set up, and there's a lot of people going out there. It's a great way to enjoy being outside in downtown, and what a beautiful environment to have is our downtown right now. It's so well decorated, so many people are invested in this community, and what a fun way to get your family out and enjoy. Another great thing, we've already had 2 of these now, is Christmas in the Park at Meadow Lake. And there are still a few dates left, this coming Saturday the 11th and then next Saturday the 18th from 6 to 8 p.m. So there's all of the characters that are out there. You can come get your picture taken with them. They have fantastic drive-through scenery with all of the Christmas lights and characters, and Last week on Saturday, I was mentioning that 5K run, the Santa stroll, and we got to see all of those lights as we were running through the park, and we got to run through a few holes on the golf course, you know, back around to there, and it was fantastic. So thanks for putting that on. Our Parks Department's working really hard to give our community something special, so thanks for that, and all those volunteers that are out there working. Another thing I know people have heard a little news about is last night, with all of the terrible winds that we have, the top of the big one Christmas tree had a problem. It cracked and the top of the tree came off. And so right now they're working diligently to secure the area and come up with a plan, hopefully. And so I don't have any more information on that now, but I know that by 3 o'clock this afternoon on the One Enid Facebook page, you can go there and find out more information about what the plan is for the tree.
It's really pretty.
Yeah, it was a fantastic event, you know, that Friday after Thanksgiving. The paper said there were 30,000 people here in Enid. I've never seen that many people in Enid before, so I was amazed. And it was so well done. I don't think our police department had to worry about, you know, people arguing or any problems, and so it was a fantastic event. And the committee did a fantastic job with that. And Natalie with Main Street Enid did a fantastic job planning and taking care of the Enid Lights Up the Plains with the fireworks. And we also had a lot of City of Enid staff that were involved in that and helping do roadblocks and parking and all kind of other things. So thank you very much to our City of Enid employees for making all of these wonderful things happen.
I think it's a perfect set for a Lifetime, no, not a Lifetime, a Hallmark movie.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's just beautiful. I could just see somebody being engaged out there, or I don't know. Anyway, that's just the hopeless romantic that I am. So the library is going to be closing early on Friday and at 12, and this is because there's going to be an HVAC system applied to the top of the roof, and so they're having to close down the main street, the main entrance and the parking. As you can see in this image, you'll see that the parking is closing, as well as the lane, the outside lane of that West Main Street as well. And they're doing this to allow for a smooth process. And then they will be reopening. They will be reopening on that Saturday at 9 a.m. And so that is just a little bit of information for you to know. That way, if you see that going on, then you know what's going on. And they're going to have a crane, so they have to do that so that they have room for the crane, and there's not crowding, and it's just the safety thing. And so,
do we have any other road closures going on right now?
We do. I was just about to jump into that. And so, on November 15th, a portion of Roseanne Street will be closed to allow for crews to do concrete repairs, and that should last about 2 to 3 weeks. And then beginning today, I believe today, there is a road closure on Quailwood Drive from Rolling Oaks Drive to Oak Ridge Road, and that's for concrete repairs as well. And that's going to last about 3 weeks. And then on Tuesday, December 7th, which is tomorrow, East Maple Avenue contractors will be closing off a portion of East Maple Avenue from North 14th Street to North 15th Street to allow contractors to do road construction, and that should last about 4 weeks. And then on Thursday, December 9th, which is Thursday of this week, concrete repairs will begin on a portion of Indian Drive from South Cleveland Street to Comanche Trail to complete concrete repairs, and that's going to last about 2 weeks. So there's also an interactive map that you can see all of our road closures, and you can access that on the City of Enid website, which is enid.org. And then we have a commission meeting coming up.
That's right. We've got several study session items beginning at 5 o'clock at our council chambers at 401 West O&K Garriott. And so the first thing we're going to talk about is In our budget, we have included a water line extension and improving the size of the water line on Leona Mitchell, going down to the New View Apartments all the way from Garriott. And that's a very expensive project, $1.8 million. And we became aware of a program through, I believe it's through Oklahoma Water Resources Board, but there's a 25% forgiveness program in a loan, and up to $1 million forgiveness. And so we're going to be talking about the idea of, why don't we maximize this? We can get some free money out of the deal. We certainly have $4 million in street repairs, or excuse me, water repairs that need to be completed. And if we apply for a $4 million loan, they'll forgive $1 million of it right off the top. And so we are going to try to get $1 million for our community through this loan forgiveness program. So we'll be talking about that. We'll also be talking about sign permit fees, where we've been trying to figure out a way to make the process of getting sign permits easier, less confusing, and just clean up our ordinance. So we'll be talking about that. And then there's some regulation in our ordinance about taxi cabs, and we're going to be looking at maybe deregulating some of that in the ordinance to make it easier. The idea of taxi cabs in Enid, there's just more and more of people using Uber and Lyft and people like that. So we're trying to figure out how to make this work the best for everyone. So we'll be reviewing that ordinance, and then we'll also be talking about our concrete street repair projects, and so we'll get an update on those. So those are the items we'll talk about during the study session. And then in the regular meeting that begins at 6:30, we've got quite an agenda. First of all, we have a City of Enid employee, Chris Gdansky. He's the director of our engineering department, and he's going to be moving on from Enid to a different position. So we're going to recognize him in the service that he's had, and have a good time with that. We've got several things in community development. Enid High School has found a property at 710 West York, and they're rezoning it and doing the ordinance to rezone that, and it is right next to their teacher parking lot. So their staff parking lot, that is their plan. They're going to expand their staff parking lot. And then there's another housing addition that extends in Stonebridge. And if you're not familiar with where that is, Cleveland and Chestnut, behind the little Walmart, there's a string of new homes there, and they have a second plat for, I believe, about 40 more new homes to be built. So that's all on community development. And then under administration, we have an ordinance that changes our permit fees and makes that less complicated and easier to understand. It breaks out, so if you're doing a new construction, it's very easy to calculate what the fees are, and it breaks out so you don't have to know who all of your the other tradesmen, like plumbers, electricians, you don't have to know who those people are to get your permit. You can start on your construction, and then those individuals can come in and pull their own permit. So there'll be some changes there, and then there's a lot of consent items on the agenda, and then an executive session. So that's what we have planned for Tuesday.
Fun. We
always welcome people to come out if you want to sign up to speak. So I mean, you don't have to wait for us to have a town hall. It's available twice a month. So come on up, sign up, tell us what you're concerned about, and we'd love to hear from you.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't have any other information to share with them other than SeeClickFix, which is an app that you can download that will allow you to tell us what you see in the community, like a broken water pipe or a downed street sign or down power line, I believe. And there's a lot more categories that go into the app than that, because there's a ton more situations that happen than just those 3 examples. And so you can access the same thing on our website, which is and or you can download this on your phone for easier access. And so we highly recommend that you do that so that we can address those things as soon as possible.
It is great for potholes and street repairs, so
yes,
get on there and put us to the test.
That's true. And then you can always stay up to date on the things that the City of Enid is doing for you as a community. You can stay connected by going to our social media sites, which is Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. You can also go to our Roku channel and our Fire TV, and I believe that wraps up today. That was so fast.
Yeah. It's always great. Thanks for having me.
Always great. Well, you're welcome. Thanks, Enid, for taking the time to visit with us, and we hope that you found something useful, and we'll hope to see you next week.